Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video, we are going to walk step by step through these 2024 manifestation goal planning. I call it the astrological manifestation planner, but it's so much more than that. It's a goal planner. It's helping you to combine your cosmic energy with what's going on. It's also a goal planner. So there's a lot going on in this video. I highly suggest that you grab the worksheets that I will be going through in this video. I'm going to have it down below. You can get them as a download or as an editable worksheet so that you can either download it as a PDF, maybe print it out, fill it out, or you can get an editable version and do that through Canva like how I'm doing it. This is going to be pretty pretty intense. We're going to go deep into planning your year. The first thing that you are going to have to do is understand your cosmic cycles. So what are your cosmic cycles, right? Like, what is that? What is that? Well, in numerology and astrology, the combined efforts of these sister beliefs, we have this concept of having 52 days where you are in a very specific cycle, okay? And so I'm pulling up one of my old worksheets to explain to you how this cycle works and show you how to do it yourself, because this is so important when it comes to understanding what cycle you're in, okay? Here we go. All right, so you'll see here that every 52 days from the day of your birthday, you are in a cycle. The first cycle is your sun cycle. So from the day of your birth to the next 52 days, you're in a high reputation cycle. This is about your self-interests, favors from people in high positions, promotions, career advancement, all of that's mentioned here. Then the next 52 days after your birthday, it's your moon cycle. The next 52 days is your Mars cycle, your vitality cycle. So what does this mean for goal setting manifestation? That during these cycles specific to your birthday, you might want to consider setting goals connected to your cycle, right? So you might want to have some fitness goals connected to your Mars cycle. Now, is it always going to align? Maybe not, but it's just important to know. Your next 52 days after your Mars cycle is your Mercury cycle. The next 52 days after your Mercury cycle is your Jupiter cycle. The next 52 days after your Jupiter is your Venus cycle. And the next 52 days after your Venus is your Saturn cycle. Okay? And this is based off of these two books that I have from my years of studies. Numbers Are Simple by King Simon and Numbers in You by Lloyd Strayhorn. This is where I got this information from, okay? So let's go and unlock your cycle again. You'll see here, each cycle is 52 days. In this exercise, I'm giving you an example of how to calculate somebody's birthday. And I'm telling you, every time I do this, even my own, I be off by by a couple of days, because roughly I take the calendar and I count from my birthday, okay? So in this one, from this person, they're born September the 4th. And so their first 52 days from their birthday is from the September the 4th to the 25th. Right? Then the next 52 days in their second cycle is the October the 26th to December the 16th. The next cycle for them is December the 17th to February the 6th. The next cycle for that is February the 7th to March the 30th. That's their Mercury cycle we're in. The next cycle from that is March the 31st to May the 21st. The next cycle from that is May the 22nd to July the 12th. And the next cycle from that is July the 13th to September the 3rd. And then their cycle starts all over again. So that's an example of how to do it. Now within the worksheets, I actually help you do this, right? So, and I help you, I break down everything that you see here in this video, but also you can document your cycle, and you're going to need it because when you start your goal set, you'll have the cycles to help as a reference. So what you're looking now at is my cycle, and I show you here how I do it. Now you can edit it if you want the editable, or you can get the download and print it out. Either way, they're both available for you. Now we get into goal planning, right? And I am kind of like fixing this for you on the spot, but it doesn't matter. It's still really cool. Okay. Okay, so goal planning. This is important. So after you know your cycle, I'm using references from a book called The 12-Week Year in goal planning, but it's also a quarterly planning that we're doing. Okay? And again, I want you to see this as adaptable, changing, right? This is something that you're going to check in on, like, but it's so great to move it with what is already your cosmic blueprint. Okay, so here we have quarter planning. So we break down the year into 3 months. And every 3 months, you can set goals. You can set the same goals and match them every 3 months and check them in. Or you can set different goals for every 3 month or every quarter. That's up to you, because certain goals might need to be aligned every 3 months. Certain goals might not. Okay? And then here's the next thing that you're going to do. You can quarter plan according to your cycle. This is where I'm at when I started to record this video. So this is a lot of referencing and going back, but it's so much fun because it's so personal to you. So between January and March, right? Right now I'm recording this, it's January the 2nd. I am currently, right, in January and March in my Jupiter cycle, moving into my Venus cycle, and Saturn cycle will also touch during these times. Now, as you can see, I'm using an editable version, right, as I speak to you. So I'm editing it on the spot so you can see that you could do the same. And so this is to let me know, right, that according to my personal cycles, right, which you have up here, and you'll see here that January, the end of January is my Jupiter cycle, going into Venus, going into Saturn. So when we get back to the quarterly planning, I know that during this time of the year, between January and March, it's a time where I'm completing things. It's a time for pleasure, entertainment, and also I'm going to enter into an isolation and preparation phase in the beginning of the year. So my beginning of the year might look different than yours. One thing I actually just want to say, like, I have not been drinking and I have not been smoking. I've taken a break from that. But like, maybe I want to go ahead and allow myself to have a little bit of fun during my Venus phase, as long as it doesn't get out of hand and right, and I get lost. So, you want to judge that. But I'm already thinking, man, I haven't been drinking, I haven't been smoking. Maybe during my Venus cycle, I'll allow myself to party a little bit more and enjoy myself, right? So that's one way to get it started, get the movement started. Let's keep going so that you can see me do this in real time. The second quarter is April to June, right? That's the second quarter of your planning. So where does that happen for me? April to June, right? So April to June is Saturn, and Sun. So my Saturn and Sun cycles are happening between April and June. So I'm just going to put that here. Right? And so, again, you could print this out or you can do the editable version. Right? So there you go. Saturn and Sun. That's my cycle during April and June, which also means I might want to set goals and plan things April for me has more isolation until my birthday. And then I have a whole progress career moment during these months. So how I plan according to these months matter. Okay, July to September. So for me, that's a moon into Mars and Mercury. Moon, Mars, and Mercury cycles. Moon, Mars, and Mercury cycles. Okay? Now, here I have fourth quarter, October to December, right? So let's go and find mine. Jupiter, Mercury and Jupiter, Mercury and Jupiter, right? And then it starts all over again. And like once you do this once, you probably don't need to do it again. So you can save this for the following year. However, in these worksheets, I do also have the transits, right? So the transits will change for the following year. But, you know, your cycle doesn't change, right? So at least you know every quarter, this is kind of what it is. And you can literally memorize this after a while. Now we move into goal setting. Okay, this is the goal setting sheet, and I'm literally improving it as we go. Okay, this is the goal setting sheet. Now I'm here showing you guys my actual stuff so you can see what's going on. And what you have here is the goal on the left side. So I wrote here banging hot sexy body, right? And then the tentative quarter of which you either set that goal or you start that goal. That's what this sheet is about. This is just you brainstorming and putting it together. Now, remember, I said that my vitality is actually in, I want to start getting my body together in the first 3 months. That is a goal of mine. But also, it's important for me to know that my vitality cycle is actually, August to September. August to September. So I wrote here March, which is the first quarter. But I might literally be like my fitness, my fitness quarterly goals are maybe the first and the third quarter, or the first, second, and third quarter. So, you get to decide those things. And in the next video, I'll show you how you really plan your quarters out. But in this one, I just want to show you tentatively how you can start planning where your goals should be set, right? And so when I move to the next page, I want to show you I have my goal. So this is the yearly planner. My goal is to have that banging hot sexy body within the first 3 months, which means I'm going to be setting monthly goals, weekly goals, and daily goals to get there, right? But this is not my vitality cycle. So I'm actually going to take this and move this to August and September, and basically make a special note that I'm either doing this for all 3 quarters, right? Or I'm doing this for the first and the third quarter. Because personally, I want it to start working on the first quarter. But my vitality is actually in the third quarter. Maybe I don't hit my goal all the way. So maybe I do it for the first and second and third quarter, right? Or maybe I take a break because my cycle says to rest during these days. So maybe I wait until my third quarter to pick it up again. And whatever I've adopted in the first quarter, let's see what manifests, in that second quarter, which for me personally is a time of isolation and ending. So I don't want to put too much on my plate during February to April, honestly. So I'm kind of like just gauging where things go. Let me give you another example. Developing fashion style. Now, I said personally, I would really like this in the third quarter. I think this would fit really well in the third quarter. But truly, this is why goal setting is cool. I really should be putting my fashion style development here in the first quarter, and I'm going to do that. I'm just going to change it up. I think that it should be in the first quarter. So I'm saying March, but it's really like February to March. It doesn't matter the months, because it's really by quarters. It's really by quarters. And then I'll go down to here, and where I put my fashion style, I'm going to move it up and put it up here. Okay, and so this is just me really planning out according to my cosmic blueprint. Let me do one more for you guys. So you get to decide, is it something that you just want to do, or do you want to abide by the cosmic blueprint? You don't have to follow the cosmic blueprint, but if you do follow the cosmic blueprint, you're it's just helping you, give you structure. So, let me show you another one. Buy a car. So, buying a car is something that I have a lot of things that I need to do before I do that. And tentatively, I said maybe June in the second quarter would be a good time for me to do that, right? But actually, there's a couple of things. It could work because it's in the career advancement quarter, but I actually think that I should aim for my third quarter because car to me is a personal matter. Like it's something that I think in my third quarter it could work. Maybe I make it second and third quarter types of ideas here. Okay? Maybe I do second and third quarter and it becomes something that I work on for 6 months, right? And so down here, I'll put it here and be like, buy a car during these times, right? So this is just the beginning, but I'm showing you guys how you can put together your cosmic cycle with your goal planning. And then here on this, you'll put your goals tentatively in the months that you want. You see that it's broken down by quarter, but the months that you kind of want to aim for that's why I'll put buy a car between May and June. You see what I'm saying? Or maybe between July and August as well. In the next page, I actually have your action plans so that you can put your goal right down and then write the action states that you would want to do. So let me show you the buy a car one is goal number 7. It doesn't matter the order, but I put it here. And then one of the first things I got to do is get my license back, understand insurance and get insurance together and start studying cars. And that alone could be tentatively those 2 quarters that I'm working on that. So this is just the beginning of how to plan your year. In the next one, I'll go into more detail on how you basically goal set per quarter, right? So it will be per quarter. And remember that this astrology manifestation planner also comes with the transits, the major transits of 2024, so you can see what's going on during your goal setting times. Okay, so check everything out and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace and love.